All right, so I think I'm finally going to have a review that doesn't come out 3 weeks after the movie comes out. So that's an achievement. That's good. It's a rainy day here in Boston, so I figured, you know what, I'll just wake up and watch, Halloween Ends, and see how it is. I mean, I like. I said I wasn't going to watch any more new horror in the last review that I did, because it's just been, it's really been something else, and it's some good and bad. I mean, certainly some good and bad. Pearl, again, I'll keep saying Pearl. The best horror that I've seen in this season for sure. So Halloween Ends again. I'm not going to really go over plot too much. I'll go over some of the ideas, and I'll also let you know right off the bat. I haven't been a huge fan of the trilogy in general. I'm trying to understand like what demographic they're really trying to hit. It's well marketed, and Michael Myers is such an iconic figure that it doesn't surprise me that you can just put his face on something and you're going to be able to sell something. And obviously I've always liked Jamie Lee Curtis as far as her career is concerned, not just Halloween excuse me, Halloween 1 and 2. And it's always been this studio's idea to like bring her back. I mean, she was in Halloween H2O, whatever the heck that movie was, and to be honest with you, like, even like Halloween 4 and Halloween 5, like, I kind of have fun with it. They're kind of cheesy and like, but, at least they're kind of getting, like, my favorite parts of the first Halloween is just when he's like, it's nice and slowly paced. You get the sense of Halloween. Like the holiday of Halloween, like the fall, the daytime, the preparation of that day leading up to going up to doors and getting candy. I mean that it's able to really capture that kind of feeling and bring you back into, I don't know if you want to say like childhood or whatever, but it certainly does something for the holiday that none of these other films are able to capture, and again, with this one, I'm not a huge fan even of the way it's shot. I just don't like the colors. It's just like, at one point they're in like this fucking club and like there's all these like, blinking lights and like, and different colors like red and blue. And then at one point they go to a records, a radio station and it's the neon. And it's like, really, is this how Haddonfield, is this what Haddonfield is to you? Like a neon sign with a fucking radio station and stuff like that. I don't know. Again, I'm such a fan of the first one that I'll certainly always give a new one a chance, kind of. But certainly I was not excited to see this. And the other thing is, unfortunately, it becomes a copy of a copy, and you can sense the copy of a copy. You're not you can tell the difference between like the prototype and the copy. And the fucking copy is always like, in the first one, there's not that much stunt work. You know what I mean? It's just like, I feel like the Rob Zombie Halloweens and then this trilogy, it's like all of a sudden we've got like, second unit directors and fucking stunt guys. It's like, that's not necessarily what the first film was about. I mean, it wasn't about this like, you know, WWE kind of figure that's just throwing people around and doing this stuff. So that's that. The second thing is, in a slasher film, you always want to have like creative, like, kills or whatever. There's actually YouTube channels like dedicated to kill counts and like stuff like that and showing the kills. And that's fun, that is fun. And that's like, the best, films to do that are like the 80s films where they really, were imaginative with like the special effects and the special effects makeup and like stuff like that. And like this supplies a couple which are, relatively imaginative or whatever, but it's like, again, it's just so, it just looks so digital. And hey, this could have been shot on film. I didn't research it. My assumption is it was a digital camera for sure. because it just looks digital, and that already takes me out of it. It just looks plastic and kind of like, again, like my last video, I talked about nihilism, and certainly that's the feeling you get with something like this, and how plastic and digital it looks, and like, I just feel bad for the crew sometimes too, when it's like, it's quite obviously, you built this on stage, and you got the fucking, smog and or the atmosphere rolling, and God only they may have been there for 2 days, filming this little stunt sequence that's going on, and like, it's so boring to even think about, let alone watch it, and and again, like, there's a fight at the end, which the problem I have again is like, okay, we're getting into like, second unit fucking like stunt work again. Like, what does this have to do with Halloween again? Let me just to reiterate, Halloween is about capturing the sensation of the holiday, and then following the boogeyman or the shape throughout this, feeling of Halloween, and some people will call it like, lightning in a bottle or whatever, but like, it's not lightning in a bottle. It's an artist who had an idea, did anything that he could to make the idea a reality, and also had a passion for the medium in which he's going to tell the story, period. And then when you get into the copy of a copy, even Halloween 2, which he wrote and didn't want to direct because he didn't want to make a sequel, even has a more passion than, any of these other films. So again, a copy of a copy, stunt work, and then the ending, it's just like, it's too, sometimes the budgets can just get in the way. And certainly, if you're the studio, you want to throw the money into it, and then, you're making an investment, you're hoping to get a return or whatever. But I mean, unfortunately, this is just, a forgettable film, as I think the whole trilogy is. And I hate to say that because, again, there's so much labor and sacrifice. And like, I don't even want to say that because, the director put in a lot of work, you know what I mean? Even if he loves the original material, which I kind of question, to be honest with you, filming it, and then like, especially with horror films, it's like trying to get these kills it's not easy, you know what I mean? It's retakes, it's just not done well. Like, like, for instance, there's a portion in the film where he cuts like somebody's tongue off, and like, that could have been 17 takes to like get it right, and the crew's just sitting there, and the special effects makeup run in, and then like the prosthetics guy comes in, and it's a fucking nightmare to like do this stuff, you know what I mean, to try and get it right. So like, I don't want to like completely dismiss all the hard work, but again, I mean, if you're just looking at it as, critiquing it and just seeing what contribution this is giving to cinema in any way, it's fucking zero. So, and again, this is there any other Halloween film? I want to watch that Disney one, actually. I want to watch the MCU one. I'm hearing great things about that, so I'm hoping to watch that this weekend. Hopefully, I do feel like that might have like kind of a genuine and approach and love for the medium with that. So I'm hoping in that. As far as this is concerned, man, I'm giving it a 4.7.